Alright. Here we have it. Been debating and debacling on doing this for quite some time now, and it's just a messy operation, and this is the only way to do this without it dirtying your tank, because it's sand, of course, but there's dirt in sand. So basically what I'm doing is I'm sticking my hand down to the bottom, and we're pulling the sand up, and just kind of doing it a little quick, creates it kind of like floating for a second, but all of this that's coming out isn't sand. There's no granules of sand in this, maybe the most minimal. All of this coming out is dirt. It's not sand, and all of it's going to end up inside your tank if you do not do this. And when it goes into your tank water and mixes in just like how it is kind of mixed in here, what do you think happens to your filter? All of this, which isn't good bacteria, it's nothing. It's garbage. Ends up inside your filter. So to avoid having just a dirty filter, a cloudy filter, we're going to sit here and spend a couple hours rinsing and rinsing and rinsing 3 50-pound bags of pool sand. So you just keep filling the bucket up and then draining it out, and when you pour it, the sand doesn't come out. The sand's real dense, meaning it's heavy. So as you're mixing it even and the water's flowing at the top, you're not overflowing out any sand at all. The only thing coming out of here is dirt. You gotta make sure you get the bottom all the way around, and you are gonna get a forearm workout doing this. So I recommend switching hands periodically and kind of back and forth, and spin the bucket around so you get a different spot. And you're gonna be at this for a little while a bucket. And it is easier to use these 2.5 gallon buckets than it is to use a 5 gallon bucket. 5 gallon bucket, wet sand's heavy. I don't know if you guys have ever dug through wet sand, but it's heavy. So you can wear gloves if you want to. I don't think it's quite necessary to wear gloves to do this. But if you scrape your hands up against the side of the bucket, there is a chance that you might end up scratching yourself or whatever, but Mama didn't raise no sissy. So just let the water go in here and just kind of overflow the top as you stir it up. And we're just going to keep repeating this process so our water looks about as clear as we can get it. Like I said, we don't want to gum our filters up. Every once in a while, you dump it. I mean, you can see how cloudy this water is, you guys. Pretty cloudy, so we're just going to continue on until when we're dumping our water like this, it looks pretty clear. And then we know when we put it in our tank, we're going to get no clouding or very, very minimal clouding, which is what we want. We don't want clouding water in our tank as we're adding the sand in. So clouding water is going to take about 24 to 48 hours to settle back down, with probably a minimum of 12 hours you can get away with, depending on how bad it is. Keep mixing. Stirring all the sand up, making sure we get the bottom. Let fresh water hit the bottom. And we're going to keep lifting the sand up. So what I'm doing down there is I'm going in, scooping and pulling up. Going in, scooping and pulling up. Going in, scooping and pulling up. And sometimes go like this down there in the bottom to loosen it all up. But the faster you kind of do it, you'll feel it on in there. You'll create like a vacuum down in the bottom, and it'll let water up under, and the sand will kind of, not exactly float, but it'll do something close to floating. Like I said, this is a workout. And we do have a little bit of sand over in this corner. But let me show you guys. All of this over here on this side, that's dirt. That's not sand granules. That's dirt. Literally, look, it turns the water murky. That's not sand. So we're just going to keep going at this. Keep stirring our sand up until, like I said, the water is looking clear when we go to pour it out after about 2 or 3 minutes of, probably not that long, but after a little bit of time of mixing the sand. So like I said, this is pool filter sand from Menards, and it's not rated as aquarium sand, but I mean, we're paying like $6 or $7, I believe it was. It might even have been $5, $4.99 for a 50-pound bag of sand, you guys. So what are you going to do? Are you going to pay $1 a pound, or are you going to pay $5 for 50 pounds of sand and then go through all this trouble like this to wash it all out? I'm going to take this route. I have a lot of aquariums, so the time putting into it exceeds the price, for sure. That's a win for me. Like I said, we're just going to keep mixing, and that's nice. I'm stirring it up a little bit, and I'm not getting too cloudy of water, so that means we're getting there. We are getting there. We almost have enough sand in this one bucket here to put in the aquarium. A lot of the dirt will settle at the bottom, so as you're scooping your sand out, when you get near the bottom of the bucket, you might have to bring it back in and re-rinse it a couple of times. But other than that, this is the process for washing your sand for your aquarium. The sand is really heavy, so the granules are. So as you're mixing, they don't flow out the top much. You might, like I said, doing 50-pound bag of sand, you probably won't even get a cup of sand, half a cup of sand out of it. We can actually see down through this water now, the sand that's in there. So that means we're getting real close. We keep going for a little longer. We're not going to have any murky water at all, hopefully, when we decide to add this into our aquarium. And some of the sand in the tub, honestly, is from me splashing like I just about did a minute ago there. So I'm trying not to do that. I'm just going to keep mixing, keep tossing. We're going to try to get that water to become murky. Because if we're still seeing murkiness, that's what our aquarium water is going to look like when we add our sand in there. So just keep churning the sand, keep churning the sand. You want to make sure you get all the way to the bottom, you guys. If you don't get all the way to the bottom, that's where a lot of the settlement of the dirt goes, to the bottom of the bucket. So that's why you got to keep turning it and turning it and turning it. And I mean, honestly, that's looking pretty good. I can kind of see the sand through that. So the water's starting to look pretty clear. We're just getting a little bit of murkiness here now. About one more full-blown rinse like that, and I think we'll be okay on this batch. Then I'll finish that bucket up. A lot of people just pour it in there, and like I said, that's just going to contaminate your filters. You're going to end up with a lot of dirt in your filter. So, I mean, if you're honestly going to put this in with your sponge filter or just any filter at all, you're hanging the back, you're just going to put this in there and then you fill your tank up, or just put this in there with an already full tank, you might as well have another filter on standby, because you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose all your all your good bacteria and stuff you put in there, because you're going to have to rinse the crap out of it. It's going to have so much dirt in it that it's just going to be plugged up. Keep churning, keep churning, keep churning. Go back and forth like this now. Turn the bucket. Go back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth. Try to get that bottom bucket. And I recommend filling the bucket, I'd say about either halfway for a 2.5 gallon bucket to 3/4, depending on what you feel. Oh, I can see the bottom of that. That's looking real good. That water's looking real clean. That means that not a lot of dirt and garbage from the sand is going to end up inside my filter. That's what I don't want, is my sand clouded up and my filter getting all nasty. So we're doing a good job here. Accomplishing what we're doing. This is the easiest method to wash sand, guys. At least that I know of. I mean, don't get me wrong, you could probably put some kind of bubbler in the bottom of this bucket and send airflow down through it and get some good results. Just letting the sand kind of bubble around in the water. But that could also create the sand to come out of the bucket. So I don't think that might not be a good idea. Whew. This is a heck of a workout. That's how a lot of the sand ends up in the tub too. Is like I just did. I had a whole bunch on my fingertips when I pulled them out fast. Instead of rinsing a little bit like this inside there and letting the sand fall off. And once I'm done cleaning this next bucket over here, I have one bucket in the living room already, plus these two buckets. We should be able to do up about 2 to 2.5 aquarium, 20 gallon long bristlenose aquariums with this. So I'm about satisfied with that. I can take a little bit of murkiness from this. That's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. Really ain't that bad. Put some water in this bucket, let it sit how that one's kind of been sitting over there. See how it looks after we fill it up with water. Like I said, these are 2.5 gallon buckets, and the cool filter sand is from Menards. But look at that, guys. You can actually see the sand in that bucket. That's good. That's what we want. This one's been sitting for a little bit. I didn't really clean this one too much. I did just a little bit of this one. So you guys are probably going to see quite a bit of filth come out of this bucket here. Rinsed it a little bit before I started filming it. Not too much, you know. That's a lot dirtier. That is a lot dirtier. That water's pretty clear over there. Looking good. Compared to when we first started, and it's just literally solid black. So, definitely doing better. Alright, let's get at it. Like I said, what we're doing is we're scooping in, pulling up, scooping in, pulling up, scooping in, pulling up. And that's what's creating the mix and allowing water to get all the way out throughout the sand. And we're basically doing water exchange as we go along. There's a lot of dirt settlement in sand. There we go, that was a dirty spot there in the sand. Must have been all settled in the bottom. The water's real murky right there. Look at that. That's how your aquarium water would look pouring this in there, guys. You don't want to do that. You want to wash your sand first, trust me. If you really want all that murky nastiness inside your filter, I sure as hell do not. I like my filters. I don't do nothing in them like that. Look at that water, guys. You don't want that in there. Look at that. Keep going at it. We're almost done, and then we can get to what's going on here. We are cleaning pool filter sand for the bottom of our aquariums. Thanks for the likes, guys. Much appreciated. Like and subscribe for all your aquarium and hobbyists. I do all kinds of hobbies. Woodworking, metal fabrication, car audio, RC cars, outdoors, a little bit of everything. Home renovation. So, if you guys are hobbyists of all sorts, hit that subscribe button. Never know what we're going to get into. Kind of just a lifestyle. But this is for aquariums. We're washing pool filter sand because it's $5 for a 50-pound bag versus paying $1 a pound. So that would be $50 plus for aquarium sand for 50 pounds. We paid $5, and this is all we got to do. We just got to go through and rinse it all off. And I mean, you don't have to. Like I said, you can get another filter, and as you're putting it in there, you know, it'll cycle through your filter, but it's not guaranteed that all of it's going to happen. Then your fish go digging around, and all of a sudden you're back to the drawing board with another filter gummed up with all the dirt that's from in the sand. So, highly recommend getting pool filter sand, and then just rinsing the crap out of it. I mean, so what? You're going to spend a couple hours washing 50-pound bags of sand. Worth it to me. I saved $45 plus. I mean, honestly, you can rinse a 50-pound bag probably within an hour. I mean, you save $45 for an hour's worth of your time, to an hour and 20 minutes of your time. Just seems like a no-brainer, guys. Especially if you're just chilling, you know. You can have you a cold one of some sort, a smoked one of some sort. You know, just relax. Relax and play in some sand like you're a big kid. I can see some therapeutic properties in this, and you're building some forearm strength. So if you got puny forearms, you know, this will help you out a little bit on top of that. But we're washing pool filter sand for our aquariums. This is going to go in our 20-gallon breeder tanks, what we're getting ready for now on the new tank wall. And honestly, of this stuff, I'm probably going to wash in about 300, 400 pounds of this stuff to complete all the tanks, because we need 150 pounds almost alone in the African cichlid tank. So I got to wash 3 bags alone for the African cichlid tank when I eventually do that one. But I would like to add some plants and stuff like that to my tanks, and some substrate, so you can do it this way, and the plants will grow in the sand. You just have to add some rocks on top of it, so the plants will stay and not float away, especially when you're cleaning your tanks out. We're getting there, guys. We're almost there. We're almost there already. See? Not taking that long at all. Look at how clean this water is becoming already. We're getting real close. But you're just going to let the water, as you're doing it, flow in there, and then it's going to refill and cycle the water and mix it with the fresh water and keep overflowing, and you're going to end up with some results like this. Look at this. Nice, clear water. And this bucket over here, let's see if we can get it mucky. Let's see what we did here. Let's see how long it takes to settle back down. Look at that. About instantly. You can see right back to the bottom. Thanks for the likes, guys. Let's see here. Let me try to keep up with chat a little bit. Water, my friend. A simple rinse. You are wasting water, my friend. A simple rinse is more than enough. Not with this stuff, sir. Not with this stuff. I'm a clown. Well then, kick rocks and move on. You're a clown. You're obviously the one trying to be funny guy. And it's not enough until the water is clear. So, I also live by the Great Lakes, so what you're considering wasting water, it's not a waste for me. You must live in like New York or Nevada or somewhere where, yeah, you can't really use water like that, but I have unlimited source of water literally 2 miles from my house, and that's where our water treatment facility gets it from, so I pay for it, I'm using it. There we go. Bucket's nice and clean. Just like that. Dump our remainder water out. Let's go put this stuff in tanks. So we're gonna lay our tanks out here. Our buckets out, dry them off a little bit. Try to keep the floor from getting wet. Some more water came to the top of this bucket. Dump it out real quick. Ooh, you guys hear that sand sliding? There we go. All right, try the bucket off and the other bucket, and we'll go out there and get you guys set up, and then I need to hook up the back, and the next step is to vacuum any leftover junk inside the tank out. That'll be our next step. Here it comes. Just playing with it now at this point. There's one bucket dried off. Let's dry the other bucket off now. That's nice clean water coming out of there, so that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. If this was normal aquarium sand, I wouldn't be such a clown because you wouldn't have to rinse it that many times. But as I stated, this is pool filter sand and it has dirt in it. So, yeah, definitely not a clown, bud. Sorry, I like my aquariums clean. What do yours look like? Do you even have any aquariums? Probably not. Please report me. I love visitors. People like you have no life. Miserable, sorry, sappy people. Yeah, they probably look like you shit in it. This is the result after from rinsing all the sand. My filter's clean. An 800-pound aquarium. Well, here's a 2,000-pound aquarium right here. 800-pound aquarium. Guess what? That's about 800-pound aquarium right there. Each one of these is over 100 pounds. I have aquariums. So you saying you have an 800-pound aquarium, that means you have a 90-gallon aquarium. A 7,000. You don't, shut your fucking mouth. You don't have no 7,000-pound aquarium. Do you even know how many gallons of water that would be? You sound dumb right now. I'm just gonna put you on blast. You talk shit, I'm gonna talk shit back. You sound dumb as fuck right now.
Just because it's 7,000 pounds doesn't mean that that's water weight. $7,000 aquarium. Sound fucking ridiculous. You're the clown. So this is the tank we're gonna put a lot of this sand in right here. That's where we're gonna start at. Someone's jealous. I am not jealous of you and your dirty ass water in your aquariums. My aquarium stays so fucking clean, buddy, you can drink the water out of it. Jealous. It's funny, you said you have a 8. Why wouldn't you, if you had, this is how much of a bullshitter you are. If you had a 7,000 pound aquarium, you would have started with that instead of an 800-pound aquarium. You wouldn't have came in and said, I got an 800-pound aquarium. Then I talk shit back to you and you go, and a 7,000 pound as well. And aquariums, I don't think you have any because it doesn't go by weight. You sound dumb as shit. Come in here talking shit, I'm going to talk it back. Alright, there's our buckets. Clean wash sand in it. Your brain's wrong. There's nothing set up wrong. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like I said, I don't think you have any aquariums. You probably got a fucking 5-gallon. Alright, we got our back, so we can back out the tank, get any poop out. Alright, let's vacuum this tank out the rest of the way. You're so stupid. At least I have it, Daddy. Where's yours at? Your daddy's been non-existent since you was a toddler. It's funny, you try to tell me I'm doing things wrong. Once again, another indication that you have zero idea what you're talking about. Because this is how all the fish stores have their tanks set up, you moron. I'm surprised your dumbass can even fucking spell the type. Stupid. Talk so much shit, it's flowing out your fucking mouth. You got shit breath. no idea what you're talking about. All this shit you're talking, why don't you upload on your YouTube channel, your tanks? Let's go have a look at your YouTube channel. How about that? If you had tanks like that, you would definitely have videos on your YouTube channel. But you probably don't, because you don't have the shit. And then I'd like to see you in the video, even if you did find a video with a huge aquarium to upload, just to try to be a smart ass. I'd like to see your face in it. Because I think you're so full of shit that you would try to slickly upload a video of a huge aquarium and somebody talking about it just because. Or actually, why don't you upload a video of your tank? You don't even gotta be in it. And why don't you just say, at King SPL, here's my 7,000 pound tank, as you call it, which nobody in the aquarium industry talks about tanks like that. They talk by gallons, not by pounds, first of all. That's why I call it bullshit. Come in here firing up some stupid shit out your mouth. I'm gonna put you on blast, boy. Just can't fix stupid. I wish a lot of my other peoples were in here. They'd be lighting your ass up having a field day with you right now. Let me guess, I'm cleaning my tank wrong too, right? That's good enough. Most of the other stuff that's left over in here the sand will push it out of the way. There we have it. Let that drain out. Let's get it out of our way and let's start adding some sand into our tank. You're stupid. I'm pressed about it. Your confidence is so bizarrely through the roof, but your ignorance just way beyond. Buddy, I know what I have. I show what I have. You don't have shit. The way you talk about it, like I said, just proves you don't have anything. Look at that, guys. No murkiness going into this. That's great. That's exactly what we wanted. That was the whole point of sitting here washing all of our sand, which this moron thinks that You just needed to rinse it off for a second, and it's good to go. Now, bud, you want a nice tank. You clean your sand really, really good. No murkiness. Sweet. That's exactly what we wanted. That's what we went through all this for, is to try to have zero murkiness in our tank. What, am I putting my sand in wrong too? I want to see your tanks, dude. Let's see them. Upload them on your YouTube. I'm about to. Let's see. Watch this. Let me take a break for a second. I'll clear that water stand. I'm wasting my time and I'm wasting water, right? Check this out, guys. You're so stupid. Your brain is going from the size of an apple, and it just keeps shriveling up. You're gonna end up like a freaking sunflower seed if you keep talking all this shit. Your ignorance level is just far and above beyond. I can't believe out of the other people in here, nobody else is reading your ignorant comments. Oh my lord. Two tiny tanks. Buddy, I have 32 tanks. You're stupid. Shut the fuck up. You're making my night. Just your ignorance level. Here you go, guys. Here's Mr. Big Mouth right here. Look at that. No content. Straight up ignorant troll. They call you D. Yeah, D for dumbass. That's what they call you. D for dumbass. That fits you perfectly. Dumbass. Garbage. Get the hell out of here. Stupid. Love ignorant people, I swear. You guys are the highlight of my life. You make me feel so intelligent through this stupidity. Like I said, buddy, you don't got shit. You ain't shit and don't got shit. Keep on trolling. So guys, you clean your sand really good, and the results are a non-pluming, non-cloudy tank. Don't listen to Mr. They call me D. In his 7,000-pound aquarium. That's how you know the first thing you don't know what you're talking about. So make sure at least Mr. D did the dumbass. When you go on somebody else's channel that does aquarium stuff to troll, try to say 7,000 gallon aquarium. Nobody does their aquariums in pounds. Jesus Christ. It's a dead giveaway that you have nothing. You don't even have a video on your damn YouTube channel. That's another thing. People that have stuff that big normally have a YouTube channel with aquarium stuff on it. So keep kicking rocks, trolling. And try again. Definitely worth all the washing we did on this. The other tank was already kind of clouding up on us. Got like no clouds in this one. Nice clear water still. There's a little bit of a plume coming up there, but I am getting to the bottom of the bucket. If you guys remember when I was washing it, if you got any is in here, still in here. I was talking about that. When you get near the bottom sometimes, you'll notice some of the dirt settlement is still there. It's looking a lot better already. And you start getting more vibrant. The light's actually picking up a lot more now that we're adding more in there. We'll get this set up. There we go. We'll put the sand in there and this is going to be like splash. We're gonna have like minimal cloudiness in this tank. It's gonna be awesome. Not to have to worry about it. Get your ass unburied from that sand over there. There you go. Put a couple more scoops in there and we should be good. If I ever see you come to my channel again, man, I'm going to start calling you Mr. 7000. That's your nickname from me, Mr. 7000. I like the way that looks. That looks pretty good. We're just gonna kick it all around anyways and dig and burrow and make it their own. So be all right. It's a pretty decent layer of sand down there. Let's put the cave over here. Another nice thing about sand bottoms too, I guess, is it keeps your caves from rolling around. Kind of put it in place, and then, you know, especially with the bigger bristle noses, you can't really wiggle it around too much. That's the other issue I was having, was my bristle noses moving around, the bigger bristle noses that is, moving around caves. Watch out, bud. Put some sand in that corner. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Got a nice coating in the bottom. Just gonna put one more scoop in there, and ain't gonna hurt nothing. We have plenty of the stuff, so. Vehicle preheating. You got me laughing so hard, dude. Oh man. Let's put this right about here. Let's put our sponge filter back in. We're almost ready to start adding some water back in here, you guys. Sweet. There's that one nice and done. We need to get some more driftwood though, for sure. Dante's mad his welfare got cut off. Here's everybody. There we go. Tear his ass up. Oh my god. I missed all you guys. I've been tearing this clown up and talking shit to him for about the past 20 minutes, easily. The difference is I own my mobile home, and I'm proud of it. You don't own shit. You own a cardboard box that you're probably sitting there in your sleeping bag freaking messaging all your little bullshit out of. I don't know if you guys scrolled up and read the messages. Hi Mel Moon, how you doing? Thank you. Appreciate the comment on the angelfish. You're so stupid. I made the mistake of not doing this method with my tank. My tank was all cloudy for days. Not according to Mr. 7000. 7000 says rinse quickly, then put in tank. Thanks, Thread. Appreciate it. No, Mr. 7000 can stay in here. He's entertaining. I'm the tank king, he says. The king of zero tanks, that is. Oh, man. I'm catching up on the comments, guys. This shit's great. I'm so stupid. I know, he doesn't have shit. He has a freaking sunflower seed for a brain, that's what he has. It's definitely way better than the last tank. I did rinse the sand a little bit more in these buckets, you guys, so it's a lot better. This one's a lot less murkier, and I was pouring a lot faster than the other tank too. This is a lot better. So start adding some fresh water in there now, and we can move on. And I think I have enough sand left over to do the 2 bottom tanks maybe as well. We're gonna have to work on getting some plants. So Dante, is my water change setup wrong too? It's all wrong, just all of it. Tried telling me my filter's wrong, so is this wrong too? Look, Dante, I got a whole bag full of your brains. Here they are right here. There's a whole bunch of Dante's brains in here. What are you using, Google now? Come on, Mr. 7000. Bro's got literally 0, and I mean 0, videos posted on his YouTube channel. He ain't even got an STD. Ashley, he don't got no STD. He ain't getting no nothing. He can't even get prison booty. Alright, let's move on. Let's vacuum this tank out next. Drop you guys down here with me. There we go. Vacuum all the crap out of this one. My question is how much easier is it going to be to clean this sand? I'm hoping it's super easy, because I have noticed that sometimes when the stuff settles on the bottom of the tank, all the poop and stuff like that, it does stick a little bit, like especially underneath caves and rocks and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that also adding the sand in here isn't just aesthetically pleasing and make the plecos happy, but I'm hoping that it's easier to clean as well. Going against my bare bottom policy, guys, right here. If this all works out well on this tank wall, we'll do the other tank wall too. We'll do the other 9 20-gallon longs. So let's see how this works out. It's like kind of how the crap sticks to the bottom of this. Gotta scrape it off a little bit. Mr. 7000. I gotta keep an eye on that tank up there, you guys. You guys know I'm the king of overflowing tanks, so no more overflowing. Never happening again. Gotta keep repeating. I will not overflow my tanks. I will watch and stand by my tanks as I fill my tanks. That's what we gotta keep telling ourselves, guys. I will not leave filling tanks unattended. Sad part is my dumbass will overfill it while sitting right next to it right here cleaning this tank. I'm gonna get one of those little mini tankless hot water heaters, like the inline ones, and put it in line with this water tap that I got. I think they start at like, the only issue I was having when I was looking at them is they start at like 82 degrees. But I think if you're running freezing ass cold water through it, I don't think it's going to hold it at that. I think I'm going to get lucky and it'll be like 78 or less. I don't think it's going to hold its true numbers of what it starts at. You know, normally things don't quite hold out to what they claim they can do, so it's kind of just a little thought on it. Let's get the last little bit of this in here. Just like that. That's good enough. Good enough. Got a nice 25% water change out of it. It's more like 30%. Dumbass. They call me D. Dumbass. That sounds just so stupid and immature. They call me D. Oh man. Made my flippin' night. Thank you so much. Brilliant. He said, see, now he's lying. You guys weren't in here yet. He goes, I have 2 tanks. One's 800 pounds. And then he goes, my other one's 7,000 pounds. Now I have 47 tanks and counting. Mr. 0 videos on your YouTube, 0 followers, 0 subscribers, Mr. 0,000. You're stupid. You don't have no fish store. Thank you, Habitual3. I appreciate your chime in every time. You didn't scare away anybody. They're my regulars, bud. You're not scary. You're trash, just like they told you. They come in and out all night while I'm on live. They come through, like my videos, scroll, check out their other stuff, come back, see what's going on, in and out. Some of them stay dedicatedly, like you. You're my number 1 viewer right now. Actually, no, you're not. You're number 3. You ain't even near. You're number 3 right now. All your shit talking, you still can't hold a number 1 spot on anything. Let's raise this bubbler up down here. See if I can get you guys a little lower. You guys see the bottom well? Yeah, you guys can see that. It's good enough. Might be able to... No, it's down all the way already. Yep. We're down all the way. I can probably do this, though. There we go. Pan up a little bit like that. That's better. Alright. See, my other batch, because I didn't wash it as well, had black at the bottom of the bucket. just dirt residue. And I stirred this one up quite a bit more, so I'm not seeing none of that. Down here is a little more cloudier though. I am getting some murkiness out of it, but it's nowhere near what it was in the other one. Nowhere near. Every time you come back to my channel, you're going to be known as Mr. 7000. That's your nickname. So if you ever make it back in here to show some more comedian trash talking love, you're going to be referred to as Mr. 7000. Alright, see, that's what I'm talking about. You guys can see the darkness in the sand over here. So we'll rinse that back off, because we're going to start getting murkiness in our tank. So we'll set this one aside, and we'll grab another bucket over here of sand and start going out of this one now until we get to the bottom of this one, and then we'll pour it all into one bucket eventually. What's left over. This is coming along good. Buddy, I'm gonna dream about your comment. I have a 7,000 pound tank. Oh my god. You got me dying over here, dude. Oh. Funniest shit I've heard since I've been doing aquarium stuff. Shut this off for a minute, let the tank warm up, and then we'll continue back to filling. It's getting a little cold. Guess what, Mr. 7000? I'm still running water. My water's still running in there. Does that bug you? in the back of the tank. I was like, where the hell's the angelfish in here at? They hiding. Put this water filling hose over on the side so it's out of your guys' way. There we go. Over on the other side of the camera. There, how's that? That's better. Hi, Sandy Parker. How you doing? Thanks for the likes, guys. Always appreciate it, as always. All right, we're down to the bottom of that bucket. Like I said, we'll rinse a couple more times on some of it. Happy you came into my channel, Dante. Pleasure to have you in here anytime you want. And come talk your shit. Give us all a good laugh. Let's get this filter out of our way for a minute. Same thing, I'm gonna wedge it up here. Stay, this one stayed. I'll be able to get this one to stay up there. We're gonna get a splash out of this one, I have a feeling. Preppy sounding, by the way. I caught that comment. That's interesting. Preppy sounding. Didn't know that was a thing. Didn't know you could be preppy sounding. Teaching me all kinds of stuff. Anybody else know you could be preppy sounding? Gotta run some more sand, guys. Getting low. We got enough to do maybe a half a tank. We almost got 4 of the 6 tanks done now. That's good. That looks about good. Down here. We're gonna have to go back in and rinse some more off. So the same mimic setup as we did over there. Sand out of the cave. Like that. Put this one over here like this. Nice. Let's put our filter back in the corner. Like that. one's warming back up. So as that one's warming up there, we start adding some water to this lower tank here. So we have 3 of our 6 tanks filled with sand now. So we are getting somewhere. Alright. Let's see here. Where are you, Mr. 7000? Check out your tank you posted on your channel. You just had 0 videos on your channel. I just put your channel on blast a minute ago. So I think, guys, he did exactly like I said. And stole somebody else's tank setup. Let's see. Ready, guys? Let's see Dummy's channel here. Look, this channel hasn't posted yet. 0 subscribers, 0 videos, 0 anything. 0, 0, 0. Stop talking shit. Like I said, you're foaming at the mouth. Your shit's so soupy, dog. Like, come on. You don't have no tanks. You're so big, I know, right, Ashley? I did post a picture. It didn't upload for some reason. Sure you did. Sure you did. Oh, my Lord. I haven't seen somebody, man. You gotta be like a little kid or something. As much shit as you talk, if you're a grown-ass man, I feel bad for you. I really do. I feel really bad for you if you're a grown-ass man. God forbid you have any kids. Jesus Christ. Nobody needs to pass what you have going on at all. We don't need none of your spawns in this world, Jesus. One was a little cloudier than the last one. It's alright though, it'll clear up. Add more sand into a bucket right now, guys. Because I got like half a bucket over there, so we're gonna get all 6 of these tanks done today. Sand all over my floor like a beach house. So let's put sand in this bucket. I think if I rinse 2 more buckets worth of sand, I think we'll have enough to do all the tanks. Oh man, more sand on the floor. Oh no. Guys, Dante is going to come back in here on tomorrow's live and be like, look at my tanks I stole from on the internet. Like I said, I want to see a video, and I want you to give me a shout out in your video with you and your tanks. Never going to happen because you don't got any tanks. I don't even get why you feel the need to try to flex and bullshit about aquariums, dude. Like, that's I'd understand if you were like, I got a Bugatti or something like that, but no, you're talking about fish tanks, bro. You lie so much and you talk so much shit that you gotta talk shit about fish tanks, Dante? That's sad. That's really sad. I'm sorry, buddy. That's it's like a sickening sadness. I'm gonna carry these buckets to the bathroom, guys, and then I'll come back and grab y'all. I mean, out of all realness, suppose we can add some in over here right now. I guess we could do that. We'll just add what's left in here because there's not really much sand left in that bag over there. There might be enough for one more bucket left in there. So let's do this. Put you guys up over here like that. And I guess I can vacuum this tank out first. I'm going to switch the water back. We've vacuumed the sand up out of the floor in here for a while now. Right, let's give this tank a quick vac. Then we'll add the remaining sand in that one bucket, and then basically I'll be able to keep a clean sand bucket on standby, which might not be a good idea actually, thinking about it. I did turn the water down in there, so yeah, not as much suction, which isn't a bad thing because that just means it's not going to suck as much water out, because I just did water changes in here the other day, which can't really do too many water changes, so it'd be alright, especially when they poop as much as these guys do. I swear plecos poop more than anything, any other fish. What do you guys think? Still in here, Mr. 7000? Look at how heaters collect so much shit in the bottom of them, honestly. It's crazy. Absolutely mind-boggling. Yeah, I think Mr. 7000 left the chat, guys. He's Googling right now, trying to find pictures to post of aquariums that are somebody else's. what he's thinking, even if he posts a picture at this point with all the stupidity he done talked and his unintelligence of aquarium keeping. Nobody's gonna believe him anyways. He already done fucked up. At least most trolls like are somewhat knowledgeable about something. Dante's like the worst troll in the world. At least for aquarium trolling. He might be good at trolling other stuff, but aquarium stuff, terrible. That's good enough. We gotta clean the fronts of these aquariums off though, they are quite filthy. Just a wee. Alright, let's do this. Boom. Bucket of sand here. Get to scooping. Do it the same way we've been doing it. Let's add everything to the one side of the tank. As we get complete with it, we'll add it back. Let's move the filter. Come on guys, get off there. Got that slight angle so any drips can come in the inside of the tank still. Broski said I got a 7,000 pound aquarium. There's probably people with 400 gallon aquariums that's got 7,000 pound aquariums. I don't know what he's thinking he has by making that comment. I'm gonna be thinking about that fucking comment all week. By far one of the best comments ever on my channel. Oh shit. Alright, we're good. Thought I was about to overflow a tank. We got close. We got close. But we did not. That's what matters. Alright. Definitely got close though. Dante is probably Googling 7,000-pound aquariums. Make sure, Dante, if you still got me in your ear or whatever, make sure you type in 7,000-gallon aquarium, not 7,000 pound. You might get better results to try to post your fake little video or picture or whatever you're going to do. I'm antagonizing him to make his first YouTube post too, guys. He's got a noob channel, no posts. So that'll be his first post ever. I'm so happy I washed all this sand like I did. According to Dante, you just run it. Give it a light rinse and just run with it. There we go. Eric's over here moving the rocks again. I don't know what he's doing. He's always building something. I figured I'd make it about that far in this tank with this bucket. I'm starting to get some dirty sand too, so I'm gonna have to stop. Alright guys, let's go rinse some more pool filter sand, I guess. So we keep going. Take you guys with me. Let me fill this up a little bit more with some more sand. Make sure I have enough to do these last couple of tanks up there. These buckets, I'll have 2.5 buckets worth. Well, 3 buckets worth. I should do a bucket and a half a tank plus this tank. Should be plenty. Should definitely be plenty. Yeah, Ashley, he's gone. I don't know where he went. He's, like I said, he's looking through Google right now trying to find pictures of his 7,000-pound tank. Get back to the method of madness here, guys. Method of madness.
We got 3 buckets now to rinse out. And hopefully this is enough to complete the other tanks. Hope. I do have a little more sand in there, but I don't want to add no more to the buckets. It's just hard to churn over and mix up. So. Alright, let's get this ball rolling again. Whew, it's cold. That's better. That was too cold. Alright, let's get the dirty work going here. There's some sand chunks from here, dude. What the heck? This bag is foaming. Partially why you rinse this stuff, guys. Look at that. That has to be the top of your tank right here. Top of your tank can be looking like this right now. I'm so glad I'm rinsing this out this good. Look at this foaminess, guys. Why are we foaming? So we're rinsing the sand for any new guys in here. Pool filter sand. So we're rinsing it to get all the dirt out. A lot of dirt mixed in with the sand. That way we don't gum up our filters and all that stuff. This pool filter sand is from Menards. And if you don't have a Menards by you, Lowe's, Home Depot, probably Ace Hardware certain times of the year, a lot of your hardware stores would have pool filter sand, especially if they carry pool stuff. I can't believe how foamy this one is. This is the first bucket that's foamed up on me. Interesting. Mr. 7000 was in here for about an hour, at least. He contributed an hour watch time for me, guys. Hours towards 3,000 hours of watch time. Proud of him. Who's still in here, Ashley? Where's Mel at? Mel's not really here by now. Mel must be sleeping hard. Hopefully all this sand isn't that messy. This water is already looking pretty clear. That's good. That's really good. Mostly dirt in here, not much sand in the tub, so that's real good. We got all the electrical done on the new walls in Alyssa's fish room, so that's always great. And we got 2 pieces of drywall up on the upper half of the wall today, so that's an accomplishment. She was happy, a little upset though, and a little moody about that time of month, but she worked all day and I was kind of keeping her up a little bit, finishing up some of her fish room, but it's alright. She'll appreciate it when it's done. She appreciates it. She told me she appreciates all the work, and she apologized for her sassiness. If you guys go and watch the video, you can hear her yelling down the stairs at me. Part of me wants to slack and not keep going on this bucket so bad. So I'm staring at 2 more buckets over here, but I know better. Oh, poured a little bit of sand out. Oops. Sorry. That hurt nothing. What's your guys' opinion? You think water temperature will help bring the dirt up out of the sand? Certain water temperature, cold water, hot water. This is almost to my liking already. Really close. My hands are getting all chewed up. They're going to be raw as shit from stirring all this sand around in here. Check our water clarity. See how clean it is. Still pretty cloudy. Whew. It's a lot of work, but our tanks are looking nice, you guys. I think we're going to do, with the other 50-pound bag of sand, we're going to do the 40-gallon breeder tanks next.
That is if everything goes well. I'm putting all this sand in there, hoping that everything's well and I like it. I like the looks of it, but I ain't doing it for just looks. We're trying to make our bristlenoses happy and function. That's what we're going for, is function. We want the sand to hold good bacteria and make the bristlenose feel more like they're in their natural wild environment, and hopes to get better breeding out of them. Alright, let's do a check here. Let's fill the bucket up, stir it up a little bit, and see how thin our water is. That's good enough. Give it a stir. Let's see how long it takes to see the bottom. Yeah, it's still pretty murky. Keep going, guys. Cleaner our sand is when we put in the tank, the less nasty our tank's going to be. Just want to run out there. I couldn't remember if I had water wine in the tank or not. Oh, your water bill must be through the roof. It is. Just like my electric bill, my water bill's through the roof. It's alright though. We're having fun. Well, I still have running water and I still have electricity, so you know I'm not broke. What's up? You did put WhatsApp though. You use WhatsApp a lot, Rainer? Welcome back. We're putting sand in the tanks finally. We're cleaning pool filter sand. I got so much sand under my nails, I need to cut my nails. If I would have had cut nails, I wouldn't be having this issue, but honestly, without having a little bit of nail, my shit would probably be all messed up right now digging around in this sand. And I did obtain, my buddy got a whole bunch of solar panels for a really good deal. So I have about, I think he said he's giving me 10 or 12 of them, somewhere around there. I think he got 30. I think he said he's giving me almost half of them. So I'll have at least 10 solar panels. So we're going to be doing some videos on that, and we're going to run all of our aquarium stuff off of solar soon enough. So that's going to cut down on some of the costs of raising these guys. And I do car audio, so I actually have a lot of lithium batteries. I have enough to do a complete solar room. So that's going to be awesome. What'd you say? How much is Bro's water bill? Probably $100-something a month. Not too bad, honestly. I don't have really strong water pressure, so that helps out. If I had strong water pressure, we'd probably be talking a different story. But my water pressure is pretty low. Alright, I think this bucket's done finally. Good enough at least. It's pretty clean water coming out of there now. Throw it up one more time and push it aside. electric bill is what's killing me, you guys. My electric bill is about $350 a month. Water bill isn't what's killing me. The electric bill. I'm pretty sure your water bill depends on like how far from a source of water you are. Look at this. Look at how it's sudsing up. Look at these bubbles, you guys. This is why we're washing this stuff. This is like the bottom of the bag, so I don't know if that makes a difference on why it's foaming up. The rest of this stuff didn't foam up like this. The first like 3 buckets I did didn't do this. Ugh. That'd be the top of my tank, you guys. Look at this. That'd be the top of our aquarium right now. That's so gross. Oh, it's nasty water coming out of here. This is exactly why we're washing it. This would be my aquarium water right here. Look at that. Dirty. Totally worth it. Oh, dirty water coming out of there. Dump this and get a restart. Look at that, guys. Nasty dirty water. So yeah, aquarium sand probably is cleaner, but fuck that. It's also way more money than this. I'd rather go through what I'm doing right now. Save some money. I'm definitely not spending the money I'm saving on water. I promise you that much. Just fill up a little bit. Alright. Got one more bucket to do after this, and then we should be able to finish the tank wall out there. I'll have enough sand, I'm sure, after this. If not, I got a little bit more I can wash in that bag. 50-pound bag. So to do all 6 20-gallon long tanks so far, we're at 2 50-pound bags of sand, which really ain't that bad. 100 pounds of sand. Not bad at all. It cleans faster when we keep dumping the water out like that, for sure. About time to switch hands. If I could turn the faucet a little bit, that'd be nice.
one more bucket after this, you guys. And then go play in the tanks. It's a clean sand. Finally. Keeping the sand moving faster in this bucket, and it seems to be clearing up a little faster. Keeping the sand flowing in here. I know near that last bucket I'm getting poop fitters. I know I'm going to be slowing down on that last bucket, wanting to give up before it's completely done. I'm already almost wanting to do that on this one. Let's keep it going. Gotta be a better way. Gotta be a better way to do this. Guys, Alyssa made me some avocado. I never really ate avocados. So she was like, "You like avocado?" And I was like, "I don't know." So she made me some avocado spread on some buttered toast. That shit was extra fire. She put some everything bagel seasoning on it. That was fire. I give her props for that one. That was a really good snack while I was building fish room. The girl knows how to cook. And just make stuff in general, food related. This one's getting close enough, guys. Almost there. Got one more freaking bucket to do. See how this one goes when I stir it up. It's been sitting for a minute now. That's really nice. The water's still clear. We did really good on this one. This one can come up out of here. Come off to the side. Couple more stirs on this one, and I'm going to put it aside as well, and that'll be good to go. And we'll get our last bucket done, and we'll add this beautiful sand to our last 3 aquariums. I am going to start saving some water though, because I have a sump pump that I'm going to start using to do my vacuuming of my tanks and see how that goes. And then all I'll be using water for, because the Python setup is nice, but the only thing is you gotta have your water constantly running while you're vacuuming your tanks. So we're going to try eliminating that and just use a sump pump, because the pump I have has it to where you can unscrew the filter for the inlet that's on it and hook up a hose to it. So I think I'm gonna make an adapter and put the python style end on it for sucking water out of the tank. All the water and poop. I think that's going to help a lot. And then also what I could do if I do that is I could be filling tanks with the python while I'm sucking water out of the tanks, because I'll be using electricity to power the pump instead of water to create a siphon. So I think that's going to be a pretty good upgrade. Yeah, this one's pretty much done. Good enough for me at least. Give it a couple more turns here, let the bucket fill up, and I'll dump it. Fill it back up one more time, let it sit for a minute like I did with the other ones. I think we'll be good. It's full enough, just dump it one more time. Still kind of cloudy. It'll be alright. It ain't gonna be too damn cloudy in the tank. Whew. It's definitely a freaking workout, I'll tell you that. I'm actually sweating. You know, when skinny people sweat, it's not a good thing. Alright, put that bucket aside. Start going at this one. Here comes the foaminess again. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. It's crazy as hell. Being kind of aggressive, I guess, with the water on these. I got a lot of sand built up over there. Not a lot of sand, but there's some built up over there. Let this run itself out for a minute. Dante back? He's not in here no more. He left. My inside joke is he's trying to Google 7,000 pound tank. I'm sure he'll be back. Well, there's not as much sand over there as I thought there was. Not bad. Mostly dirt. Not that gritty. Last bucket, guys, and we can go start adding all this sand into the dang aquariums. Finish them off. I don't know what's next. I know I need to get a couple more bubblers, 2 more lids. We got all our heaters. We need a couple more smaller heaters for the 10 gallons to get rid of those ones, especially since we're putting our precious fry in there. Definitely don't want to lose our fry. And the heater craps out on us, so. Oh, this bucket might already be clearing up, you guys. That'd be awesome. Hopefully not gotta do as much to this bucket. It'd be nice if the sand was somehow a little cleaner, that's all. Put that to the other hand. Woo. Put both hands in there. How about that? See how that works. We can stir it up a little better. Pretty clean water coming out of there right now. Dump it out and see how murky it is. It's not bad. Well, a couple more minutes stirring it up and we'll be good to go. Definitely don't regret doing this, you guys. It would be so bad if I didn't do this. I can't even imagine what my beautiful tanks would look like. Oh my man. Ah, that's just thinking about it. Ooh. Good, man. Last bucket. You know how sometimes like warm water kind of cloudy? I think that some of the cloudiness is because the water is warm too. I don't think it's full blown. Dirty. Alright, this bucket's good, guys. Good enough for me. Pretty damn clear water. Fill it up like we do the other ones, let it sit for a minute, one last stir on it, dump the water out of it, and we're done. And I got not even a cup of sand in my tub, so pretty good. How fast that water cleared up. Look perfect. Perfect. Dump the water out. Alright. Stuff it down to be dried. Let's put that over this. How about I'm going to be out there for a little bit. Cut the water off. Turn it back on when we're ready to do the other one here. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks really nice, guys. Look at that. Stir it up a couple times. Let's see how it settles down. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice clean sand. Water's nice and clear. There's all 3 of our buckets of sand. Trust the process. So keep us with a clear tank while we're adding our sand in. Alright, let's dry this bucket off too. We'll carry our buckets out and then I'll come back and get you guys. Get you guys set up out there. Or I'll take one bucket and take you guys and then come and get the other 2. That sounds better. So let's get you guys out of here. Let's roll. Oh, the sand in my floor. You guys, I got sand all over my floor. Jeebus. 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 Alright. Look at that. What's our battery percentage at? 39. Doing good. Doing alright. There's our other buckets right here. There's 1. There's 2. Let's get the sand in there. I hope these bristlenoses breed and appreciate this work, guys. Oh. That's why we're doing it, trying to get these guys to breed. Push this filter out of their way like that. There we go, that works. You guys see the whole tank? Yeah. Alright, cool. I'm gonna get my ass over here. Curious angelfish. What you doing, man?
Adding some sand to our tank. All the fish seem pretty happy they're getting some sand in their tank. Now we can add our sand faster too, that we cleaned it this good. Without worrying about clouding up. I don't see no sand plume at all. That's great. All that cleaning, we got minimal cloudiness in our water. Phenomenal. This tank's almost topped up. Get a little bit back here by the heater. I'm digging that. That's nice. That looks good. What do you guys think? Think it looks good? Put one more in this corner over here, a little sweet. That's better. That's a lot better. Here's our deco. The way you like it. This. Hopefully these guys are quite happy with this. I'm pretty happy with it, so hopefully they feel the same. Let's push our heater back down a little bit. Touching the sand. And we can add some water in here. We'll start filling this up while we're let's get this filter back in there too. The reason I got two filters in here is because I had it in there for bio, good bacteria. Alright, add our water line in there and start filling up in that one. Bring our ladder over, raise you guys up. I need to go turn the vacuum on so we can start sucking some of the tank up there. We're looking good. We got 4 of the 6 tanks done. Once we vacuum this upper tank, we'll be able to add it. Look at that, guys. It's coming along. These tanks are starting to look a lot more natural. Amazing. you guys up. That's why I've been kind of doing the tanks in order, so I decided to put you guys up there. We can just keep the legs up. It does get annoying having to keep extending the legs and collapsing them down and stuff like that. So. There we go. You guys are up there now. Alright. So lock you guys down. Like so. How's that, you guys? You guys got a pretty good view of that tank? Looks that way from down here, at least. My phone's about a half a foot above my head. Ladder down. Side the bucket up. And then let me go turn the water back on so we can back. Start the water filling process. Finish this tank first over here, I guess. Start there. Start packing in this tank. This is what I was talking about, though. All this shit stuck down here. I don't think we're gonna have that issue with that shit ain't even vacuuming up. It's stuck down there. I think the sand's gonna help eliminate this issue. So I'm like having to scrape this shit off of here. Stick my hand in there and swoop it around, get the rest of it off. You guys aren't doing as good of a job at sucking on the glass. Just scrape that spot. Piece of shit stuck to the bottom of the tank. Come on now. Yeah, see me keep looking over there. I'm filling the other tank the rest of the way up over there, so trying to pay attention, make sure we're not overfilling the tank. Just let you guys know, you see me looking over there, what I'm looking at. Alright, I gotta stop. We're at 50%. Let this drain out, start loading the sand in. Almost knocked my water hose out. Throwing that down. Might as well finish topping this tank off, throw in the bottom tank. I'll go shut the water off. And we'll start adding our sand in. Can't wait to see how the back process goes with this. I haven't had to clean any of these yet. I think the peak definitely shows a little bit more though. We're gonna go get a couple of lids tomorrow, you guys. Think. We're gonna get a couple of lids tomorrow. The last 2 lids that we need would be really nice to get those. Alright. Let's add all sand in there. This tank's cold. It's kicked up. This one is 73, 72. Alright. So that's our first scoop in here. I'm gonna make a mess with this sand. This is higher up. Definitely harder to do these top tanks. You have to do a lot of just dumping the sand in there. Hope it don't cloud up. Definitely harder to do these top tanks. Need to order one more pack of terracotta watering spikes. I think if I order one more pack of those, I think we'll be alright. Or I can buy some normal type. Where that fell in the tank. This up. Wait a little bit. I wonder if I can just like Get the bucket up in there and just dump most of the sand in there. Instead of all this scooping I'm doing. I'm trying a couple different things here. The bucket fits. So what if I do this? How bad is it? A little splashy. Definitely faster though. I think the only reason the water got murky is because it's near the bottom of the bucket, and that's where there's a lot of the dirt still. And that's the only reason. Trying to avoid too is getting it on the lid and stuff. I can rinse the lid off, it's not really a big deal. Grab another bucket. Got a decent amount done in that one. Keep an eye on this tank down here and filling up. I do have it on low, so it's not as bad. Let's see, scoop some more sand in. It's going alright, it's not too bad. That's bad. Oh, it's big splashes. There we go. We got it in there. That wasn't too bad. Look how murky the water is though compared to just lightly pouring it in there. It's definitely a big difference. Way murkier doing it that way, guys. That's actually the murkiest tank so far for what we've been filling up for the night. So set up, we got one tank left to do. Just one. Back ready. Guys pivoted over. Like so. Vacuum this tank out. Keeping an eye on the tank down there that's filling up. We're going to try something on this one. We're going to dump the sand in, but we're going to like stick the bucket in the tank when we do so. Kind of almost like how it's being done with the cup. Let's see how that goes. Tank's pretty full. Whenever you go pay attention to that real quick. We've got a couple more minutes on it. Looks fuller from up here, for sure. I might have to let this tank settle for a little bit, you guys, since I stirred it up and got a lot of the crap out of here. It's just building up in the cave, so set this on the side here. Tank. I'm filling this tank up now. Hopefully the Grommies are happier. They got some sand in there. This tank settle a little bit. I might have to add a little water in here and let this one settle a little bit and back it out again. So I want to get most of this crap out of here. A lot. Let this water settle in this tank for a little bit. Let everything settle on the bottom. Stirred the crap out of it, so. We do need to work on moving the bristlenoses that are in the 10-gallon tank. So maybe we can do that while we wait. Let's turn the bubbler down too, so it's not stirring up crap as much. Let's get it to settle down. You guys are probably going to be assholes and keep stirring the tank up though. What's up, Threads? You're back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Super stoked. Everybody's able to kind of dig their little holes now and stuff, and I think they're going to be a lot happier overall. I hope so. Let's give this tank like 5 minutes to settle down and chill out. Little baby fries are doing pretty good over here. This tank's thriving pretty hard. We just got to get the bigger guys out of there, and I set up a 20-gallon in the bedroom to put these bigger guys for now. So hopefully that's a thing, and hopefully it works. these tanks are supposed to be all fried. Guys, I swear I got some calicos out of that bunch. That's freaking badass. That was an interesting bunch. I don't know how I ended up with calicos, but there's quite a few of them that look real calico-y. And then I think I ended up with a mix. I think I ended up with some commons. I think I ended up with some blue-eyed lemons, calicos, and a couple of albinos. I think there was 2 different batches of eggs in that cave that I know of from the commons, and I think I got 4 different types of bristlenose plecos out of that batch. As interesting as that sounds. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate you. The tank's almost settled out enough to back it out one more time. I'm going to have to do a speedy back on it. I'm going to turn the water down in there, though, where it's not as powerful of suction. A lot better. Hell of a lot better. We got that tank filling up. It's really freaking cloudy, you guys. Because of how I did that one. I think we're going to try a different approach on this one. I also would like to kind of fill it up a little bit first, so we don't get that plop effect that we were getting. Really hope these bristle noses appreciate all this work we're putting into these tanks, guys. We need to make some more bristle nose houses out of slate rock I got too. I'm gonna get a tile saw, a wet saw, to cut all this shit with, keep the dust down. And then all the filth can go in the collection bin in the bottom. That was just way too messy the way I tried cutting that before. And we'll definitely get straight cuts as well. I think the cuts will be faster, cleaner, and our pieces will be more accurate. So we can add a wet tile saw to the collection of tools. It's going to be nice as well. Alright, this tank settled down quite a bit. So let's put you guys back on it. That looks good enough. Just back up here on the ladder. Let's try not to stir this tank up. Lower vacuum pressure, of course, so we don't lose that much more water out of here. We got a lot of water out of here. Don't you go stirring the tank up, you assholes. I just waited 5 minutes for it to freaking settle back down. You guys are gonna go be dicks and freak out. Stir it back up on me. Bastards. Hear that clicking sound, that's the heater clicking on and off, on and off, on and off. The water level's getting really low in this tank. Way lower than what I'd like it to. Love the quits in a minute here. Call it good enough. Get out of there. Clean up in there, dumbass. Alright guys, that's good enough. 75% water change basically in this tank. Too much. Too much, Mr. George. Guess we'll add some water back in. Give this tank a chance to catch back up on this temperature over here. Got our water wand in here. Freezing ass cold water we got. And let's try this different method here. We're going to dump the whole bucket in. We're going to dump it in. Let's see what happens. Bucket will fit in here, so. Added some dirty sand in there by doing it that way, but it is what it is. It's alright. Worked. We just make a cloud mess though, pretty bad, because we had to add a lot of the dirty water in there, so. Same with the other bucket, I guess. Results weren't too bad with that, doing it that way. What do you guys think? Same thing again? That worked. It's almost the same thing as dumping a cup at a time in there. The reason the water got murky fast, I'm telling you, is just simple fact of we let's dump this water first. Whoa. Spread that out and see where that gets us. That might be it. Might be enough sand. back in the center. Right there. That's the same. Get the heater going again. Let's put our piece of driftwood back. Let's put our Pleco Hotel back. Let's put our filter back. Have it. I'm happy with that. I don't think these guys are happy with it. Scared the shit out of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I buried him. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how many I had, that's the sad part. Hopefully there's just 8. I'll try looking around the room and see if there's any that can buried. I think I buried anything. Let's see any buried guys. Yes, they are. Shit. I should have moved the hell out of the way. I mean, they can get out. They can get out of the sand if they're buried. Pretty certain they'll be able to get out of there. Be a smart, wise guy and add the water in, the cold water in right at the heater, where it heats it up as we're going. And I have a little bit of sand left. I could always add some of the tanks that look a little skimp. I think we're good for now, though. Not bad, only 2 of the tanks ended up getting murked out. I'm not going to complain about it. Get you guys kind of lower back down here. Bring you back to earth. There we go. Look at that. We got sand in all the tanks now. The only one that's off now is this bottom tank here with the multicolored pebbles in it. All the other tanks look pretty good. We're gonna shut our water off. 67 degrees. Oh, it's good. I got the water right on. The water's going right on the heater. So, put me out for a minute. Degrees, 72 degrees, 73 degrees. I think we'll be alright. They'll be alright. Cold water isn't gonna hurt nothing. And reverse this though and add some warm water in there, kind of bring the temperature back. We might do that. Like that. Let's see. Warm water in here. Warmer water I'm adding here. Didn't bring up the temperature quite right. Cold water. Woo! It's been a journey, guys. One more thing I wouldn't mind doing tonight is getting these big bristle noses out of here, put them in the bedroom tank, and we can call it a night. Topping this tank off over here with warm water. And we'll put it away. The water goes away. How we look? Look alright. Guys are a little cold, but I don't think it's enough to shock them. Here, we got nice sand in there. Now we just gotta cut our backgrounds tomorrow. Like the middle row. We'll have nice backgrounds, sand. I think the paint's got a really nice color tone to them at this point. I'm digging it. I think this wall's starting to look really nice. Really nice. We got one tank at 75, one at 74, two at 72, another one at 74, and one at 78. Ooh, that's a hell of a journey there. Hell of a journey. Alright, put the lid back on over here. I'll put some heat in. Lid back on over there. like this tank right here. That one's pretty cleared up already too. Add a little bit of prime to all the tanks, I guess. To be safe. Take some prime in. Water changes in the other room tomorrow. Just back in the little water changes, and houses are so much all over there. What are these guys doing? Holy shit. Tell you what they aren't doing, they're not making any crybabies. That's what I need. Thanks for the like. Thank you. Appreciate it, Threads. Top two tanks are a little murky, but I did fast pour in there and I just kind of dumped the bucket in. It'll be alright. Then these three tanks right here got backdrop on them. I need to do the top and the bottom tanks next. I don't know if I have enough to do all of them though, so I think I'm going to do the tops first. I might have to buy another sheet of that stuff, because it does make nice backdrop. It does give it a really clean look. I need to scrub the lettering off from the sticker on the middle tank right here. It's like right in this area. But yeah, I'm gonna work on getting those big bristle noses out and go plop them in the bedroom tank that I got set up. Hopefully this antagonizes these guys to Lay some fry. Or lay some eggs so I can have some fry. Time for a Victor creamsicle. Ah. That was a hell of a lot of work. Hell of a lot of work. But it looks good. It does look really good. Tanks need to heat up faster. We added our prime in there to any chlorines and stuff in the water. See what happens. Hopefully nothing bad happens in here. That was gross. That was a big poop. Supposed to be getting a 50-gallon breeder soon, hopefully. And then I'd like to find one more. We can put our commons in there and free up a tank out here. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I do need to put 2 more breeder tanks out here though. Put all our commons in one of them. And I don't know what to put in the other one. Probably super reds. And that'll free up the 2 tanks necessary for the blue-eyed lemon longfins and super red longfins when I find them. Can't wait to get an actual basement and do a huge fish room, because I'm gonna do a wall with at least probably 10 40/50 gallon breeders, and another wall with at least 20 gallon longs for sure. Definitely gonna be a thing. Double stack 220, double stack 125. And honestly, I'd probably be content and happy. Oh, and of course, 10 gallon wall with at least 16 to 20 10-gallon tanks. It's definitely a thing. That's when I'll have about 50 tanks. So around when that time comes. Like I was saying earlier, one of the next big projects is all the outlets that have aquariums plugged in need to go to an inverter for solar. Because then if the power goes out, guess what? I don't give a shit. Especially in the summertime. Summertime, things will be perfectly warm enough. Wintertime though, need them heaters. I think in the summertime my electric bill is going to go down because the heaters aren't going to kick on as much. These top tanks are clearing up. Alright guys, phone's dying. I'm going to get off here for the night. Catch you all later.